Hello everybody and welcome to another reaction video, and today we're going to be reacting to a band called Om. Like I'm guessing. Well, anyway, I've never heard of them before, so obviously, as I usually do, I did a little bit of research, and I found that Om is a three-piece American heavy metal band from San Francisco, California, that was formed in 2003 from some members of the band Sleep, another band I've never heard of. Their earliest works incorporated musical structures inspired by Tibetan and Byzantine chants. Sounds interesting. The name of the band derives from the Hindu concept of Om, strangely, which refers to the natural vibration of the universe. And in 2007 they performed a gig in Jerusalem that lasted for 5 hours. 5 hours. I mean, that is a long gig. I mean, I went to see Opeth's 20th anniversary gig in the Royal Albert Hall, and that was 3 hours. And that was an epic show, and it, but by the end of it, you were a little bit knackered from all the stuff, so I can't imagine what a 5-hour show would be like. But anyway, I digress. The track we're going to listen to is a track called State of Non-Return. Now, I tried to do a little bit of research about the song and didn't find anything. I did, however, find some lyrics. And as far as I understand, this song is 6 minutes long, but there's only eight lines of lyrics. So I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of instrumental work in this, so this should be quite interesting. I'm very intrigued to see where this goes, considering they stated that there's a lot of Tibetan and Byzantine inspired chants in it, so we'll see what happens. So I think we'll get straight into it. I'll put a link to the original video in the description below, and yeah, let's see what happens. I can certainly say that so far it's not what I expected. It's a very strange kind of music. It kind of reminds me of Doom mixed with Pink Floyd in a way, if that makes any sense. What I'm saying, it's got a sort of slight feeling of doom metal to it, but a bit more psychedelic, if that makes any sense. the lyrics so far, the fact that the song is called State of Non-Return, and given the first 4 lines that we've heard, I'm guessing the possibility the song might be talking about the transformation into death. Transformation? That's not the word I was looking for, but I can't think of the word I was looking for. Transition to death from life. I'm guessing. Because the lyrics so far read, "Traveller now reached the stream, the astral flight adapter. From the pain sheath life ascends, the non-returner sees. Empathy release me, and the phoenix rise triumphant, and walk onto the certitude ground the soul's submergence ends." Now, excuse me, when it says "Traveller now reached the stream," are they talking to like the life stream, maybe? You know, because that's a common theme through certain religions, not so much Christianity and Catholicism, but various other religions, especially paganism, interesting. I think. I could be wrong. I'm not a very religious person, so. And then from the pain sheath, life ascends. I like the way that was actually from the pain sheath. So it's like the sheath itself is pain. The sword would be life, you know, the life inside the sheath. So from the pain sheath, life ascends. Excuse me. So, you know, if life is pain, you know, you've lived your life in pain. From the pain sheath, life ascends. If life ascends from the pain sheath, that's like a sword being drawn from the sheath. So you're free of the pain. And it says life ascends. So that's suggestive of rising to heaven or whatever your other alternative version of it there is. The non-returner sees non-returner, so it's suggesting that the person has died, is ascending to never return. You know, that their existence has ended, they're never coming back. Suggesting. That's what I'm getting from it so far, but the music itself is very, very interesting. I'm very intrigued to see where this goes and how it's going to last for 6 minutes, apparently. Let's carry on.
Liberating wisdom to complete state of negation.
I'm just going to pause it for a moment there, so we can look at the last few lines of the vocals that we just had. So it goes on here. From the rounds of rebirth, he arrives onto the deathless. Light bores through the adjunct worlds. The soul galleon prevails. Liberate in wisdom to complete state of negation. The five roads subsumed by grace emancipates from death. Now, from the rounds of rebirth, he arrives onto the deathless. So, rebirth into spirit form, maybe, which means he arrives onto the deathless. Because if he's a spirit, he can't die, possibly. And then light bores through the adjunct worlds. The soul galleon prevails. Now, I can only assume that suggests the light boring through the adjunct worlds is like the two worlds, like the living world and the spirit world, and is sort of travelling between the two. You know, the light being like the soul or something like that, bores through the adjunct world, so it forces its way from the living world into the spirit world. The soul galleon prevails, possibly suggesting, you know, that could be similar to like the ferryman of like Greek folklore. Like I can never remember how to pronounce the name. It's either Charon or Charon, the ferryman who ships you across the river Styx. That could be what the soul galleon prevails line is talking about. And then there's the line, five roads subsumed by grace emancipates from death. Now, the five roads could possibly be a suggestion of the five hindrances of existence. There's sensory desire, ill will, sloth, restlessness and worry, and doubt. And these, he says, like, subsumed by grace, so that like these five hindrances, these negatives, are basically eradicated by grace, by enlightenment, by knowledge and stuff like that. I'm not sure. I could be completely off base. I could be swinging at the fences for all I know. But it's very, very interesting. The music is very interesting. It's very relaxed, very sort of chilled sort of music. It's sort of music that you could quite happily sit back and just relax to, I think. Don't know how much more of the track there is left to go, so we'll just see what happens. Well, that was very interesting. It's not at all what I expected, at all. I mean, considering they're listed as a American heavy metal band, that wasn't anything particularly that heavy about it. but it was still really, really good and very, very interesting. And the music itself was very intriguing. I mean, it was like I said before, it was very chilled, very relaxed piece of music, a good piece of music to just chill out to, relax. And again, I still stand by what I said earlier, where it sounds like a mix between Pink Floyd and doom metal, because it's got certain motifs throughout the music which are very similar to that of doom metal, but there's just something about it which is also very sort of psychedelic. And throughout almost the entire track, there was a large portion of the track, there was this sort of constant deep sort of hum, and there are other parts where there was a more noticeable sound. It sounded like a chant, but I'm guessing it was possibly done through keyboards. So it's got some very interesting styles and themes in the music. I'm really quite intrigued by this. I will definitely have to check out some more, because yeah, that's really sort of piqued my interest. That has. I'm really not sure what else to say about it, because I mean, I'm very, very intrigued by it, and I do have another track of theirs to look at some point. So yeah, I'll be very interested when to revisit them at some point. But I think I'll leave that as it is for the time being. If you would like to suggest a track for me to react to, then please do so by all means. You can drop a comment in the comment section below, or you can message me on my Facebook or my Instagram. The links to those are in the description below. And just please note that if you do suggest a track, it might take me a while to get around to it. I get suggested many tracks every single day, and I write down every track that's suggested to me, so my list is actually growing faster than I can record the videos. So it might take me a while to get to it, but I will get round to it eventually. Also, Metalhead React is a very proud supporter of the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. They are a British-based charity that are aimed towards putting an end to hate crimes. Whether you listen to alternative music, dress in alternative fashion, whether you identify as a different gender, you've got a different sexual preference, whether you're physically disabled, whatever your race, religion, no matter what it is, nobody should be attacked or threatened for being who they are. Everybody has the right to be an individual, and nobody has the right to judge you. So long as you're living your life within the confines of the law, nobody has the right to judge you for who you are. And nobody should get attacked for being who they are. There's no good reason for it. There's no excuse for it. Just because they don't like it doesn't give them a right to attack you. And this is what the Sophie Lancaster Foundation is aimed at. And I think it's a very worthwhile charity. I myself have been attacked, bullied and threatened just because of the way I am, because I've got long hair, because I have piercings, because I wear a leather jacket. Many of my friends have also been through it. I'm sure some of you out there have also been through it. So I do think it's a very worthwhile charity, and I think it's something that really needs to be brought to light, because people are getting attacked on a daily basis just because of their choice of music. I mean, what are the grounds for that? What is the excuse you could possibly give to justify it? There isn't one, and it needs to be stopped. It needs to be seen. It needs to be prevented. So if you'd like to know more about the Sophie Lancaster Foundation, there is a link to them in the description below. Go over there, find out what they're all about, and if you can, throw a bit of support their way. That's absolutely fantastic. But for the time being, I'll leave that as it is. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.